Manchester City Arsenal preview podcast, and you guys already know what's going on. We're gonna get this started the right way. Yeah, we still gotta get some administration out of the way. You guys know I got some new people with me today. You already know I got Glenn Knightley, I got Kirk. You already know I got Samantha and Nicole did this podcast. Check out everybody's content and everyone shout out their channel, check them out. First, let me go out with start off with Samantha. What's going on?
Good, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Tell the people where you're from and tell them where to catch you.
So I'm one of 10 girls on Gold Diggers podcast. You can find us on Gold Diggers UK on Twitter and Instagram, and also on YouTube as well. Gold Diggers, yeah.
There you go. And Glenn Knightley, where you can find all things Arsenal and all things everything Arsenal and football, right? Tell them where you're from, bro.
Yeah, Glenn Knightley from the channel Everything Arsenal, just literally everything Arsenal. That's where you can find me, and Glenn Knightley on Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah, and this guy right here, don't be surprised. He'll break down stuff about Arsenal, and you'll see it on Google pages when you're searching Arsenal stuff. I'm shocked sometimes when I see your stuff on Google pages. But big up to you, bro. Respect. And I got my boy Kesh with me. Kesh, what's good, bro? You're sitting in my seat today. You're in the front seat.
I'm good, man. I'm good. Are you guys good?
I'm chilling, bro. And yeah, we got a late entry, Samuel. Yeah. But yeah, Samuel, what's good?
Yeah, everything's doing well.
Chilling. And yeah, just before we get started, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna get that stuff out of the way. Everyone, don't forget to subscribe, check out that content, do all that stuff, and remember, just subscribe, man. Do it. Anyways, we're gonna keep it moving. First things first, you guys know who we're gonna be facing. We're gonna be at the Etihad, and I just want to run through the past couple games when we faced them. You guys know what's happened. We faced them a couple times recently, and it has never been good for us. But the last time we played them in the FA Cup, we beat them. The last time we played them before that at the FA Cup, I think we beat them. And usually we lose to them, but maybe it's just in the league, right? It's not really in the cup competition. But what do you guys think about our recent record against Manchester City, where we've lost every single league game until 2015 away from home, and I think 2016 was our last win at the Emirates against them also.
Yeah.
So it's just been a terrible record. In the last 10 games, we've beaten them twice. So it just goes to show you guys. Anyone want to start? I'll start with you, Samantha.
Basically, we actually need to start winning games because I can't be the Arsenal that doesn't want to, be brave enough to attack City or attack Liverpool or attack the big six teams. I don't want to be that timid Arsenal anymore. We have to out Pep. I've had enough.
Had enough, Robbie.
Yeah.
I've actually had enough. I can't do it anymore because we can't be that team anymore. And I feel like what Arteta's done and what he's doing and what he's going to do, I feel like I've got confidence in him. I have a lot of confidence in him. And, having, been under Pep, his mentor and stuff, we've taken a lot of his blueprint over to Arteta at Arsenal now. And as long as Arteta knows how to kind of, work with, what's happening at City at the moment, because if KDB comes and he plays and Sterling is there, City have got their main playmakers. Sterling has a tendency to score against Arsenal. Like, I just don't want that to happen. I want us to be the ones who are dictating the game. I want us to be attacking from the jump. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but we know if we take it to them, we're asking for trouble. But I think Kesh, you have a different perspective from it. What were you thinking? You're thinking we're not going to be that team that gets beat 3-4-0 anymore.
The reason why I feel we're not going to be that team is Arteta isn't going to stand for that. I understand when we came back through lockdown, yes, we lost to them. I think, what was it, 4-1, 4-0, something like that. I can't remember the score exactly, but that was like a one-off. 3-0, yeah. So that was like a one-off. And we started that game pretty well. It's just that injuries happened and then we had to shift certain people about. So I feel like this game we need to go in there and actually kind of be a bit dominant, like get on the ball, be confident, and try and take it to them. I'm not saying go gung ho and leave ourselves having to chase back and chase the brain. Like he will rip us apart, isn't it? So you got to be switched on from the start to the last minute, and that's what I expect.
Okay, Glenn, what do you expect for this game? Do you expect us to be the underdogs that we are, or do you expect us to show up?
This time around, maybe you could be going maybe as favorites, unlike the other years. And just to add to what Samantha had said, it's not just City, it's all the top 6 teams that we struggled against. United, last win at Old Trafford, 206. That's 14 years ago. Last win at Anfield, 2012. Last win at Etihad, 2015. So it's a thing with us struggling against all the top 6 clubs. We can't even beat Tottenham at their place. So whichever stadium we're playing away from home, we just can't win. So that is always a negative for us. I mean, we've had 4 managers during that time: Wenger, Emre, Ljungberg, and Arteta against City, and all of them have been beaten 3-0, 3-1. So it's always a tough game for us, no matter who they field. I know you talked about the lineup before it started, but it doesn't really matter who they field. It's always a struggle for us. But this time round, at least, Arteta's added a bit of his players, so let's hope for the best.
What you have to remember, though, is in the past, when we've played Man City and all these big teams, we've not exactly had a good spine. But we've now added Gabriel, and I'm not going to start saying, oh, he's world class this, he's world class that. But from so far, what I've seen from him, he's got the basic fundamentals of a centre back, and that's the basis you need to be a centre back. You track your man, you show that you want to defend, and that's what you can't complain. And now
he's going to be the best centre back. He's going to be the best centre back in the Prem. I'm saying it now.
Let's get it.
I do believe that.
Oh man, you know what? You got me hyped right there. But I know someone who loves hype and everything. Samuel, tell us, how are we gonna beat City, bro? Because I know you're as optimistic as I am. I feel like everyone else is trying to be a little bit more level-headed, but I'm definitely deluded as fuck sometimes. But you tell me what you think, bro.
Listen, you know what? Pep Fraudiola, Pep the ball fraud. You know, it's gonna lose 3-1 on Saturday. Yeah.
Wow.
Make it out to a masterclass. I think Party's gonna start, and I think. What are you laughing, Egal?
I love it.
Listen, we're gonna go at Etihad and mash them up. That's what I say. 3-1 Arsenal.
Okay, no. Give us some feedback though. Why? Why do you think that?
Really, because Man City they got no strikers here. You can go, but Gabriel Jesus here. I'd rather have Marouane Chamakh than Gabriel Jesus, because Gabriel Jesus is just an average striker. Yeah, nothing good about Gabriel Jesus.
He's out, you know.
Okay, which is bad news for us, yeah. I find it bad news because listen, Gabriel Jesus can't hit a barn door, yeah. All we do, like we did in the cup, is force City to go out wide, and they'd cross like 100 times and they couldn't score because that little idiot in Jesus. Meanwhile, in the defense, yeah, they got the defense is a little shaky. They still got Fernandinho and Laporte. I mean, that defense has got no pace, so if we catch them on the counter, but it's like Leicester, when Leicester beat them 5-2. Just hit him on the counter, and then you take your chances, and we have a clinical man in Aubameyang. I think we'll win the game, just like Leicester did.
Okay, I want to go. You can't learn a lot of things from the beginning of the season, but what is 3 things that everyone learned from so far this season? Because if I go first, I'll say one of the things that I learned is that we're still trying to play pragmatic football. Another thing that I learned is that we still lack creativity and midfielders. Reason why we went and got Pate, and we still wanted to get Awa. And the third thing is that we don't win easy games anymore. We win games that are ugly, and that's stuff that we didn't used to do before. So that surprised me, especially against West Ham and Sheffield United. So I want to open the floor. I'll give it to you, Samantha, first. What do you think? What are 3 things you learned so far from this season?
So far, I've been seeing a lot of this playing from the back thing. Personally, I don't like it because I feel like with our defense at the moment, I wouldn't say we are that strong. Yes, we are getting there, but I wouldn't say we're coherent enough or focused enough to be playing from the back for us to actually have confidence that we can go from Leno to our defense into our wing backs and then whatever wing back is able to just cross that ball across to Aubameyang or Pepe, whoever's available, attack. But I've learned that I feel like Arteta is making this playing from the back thing a norm, and if it's the case, then cool. But I don't want a disaster class from Louise again. I don't want it. If I see it, I am going to go mad.
So for you, it's not even three things. It's just all the defense and the playing out the back. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? I'll tell you this. Losing Martinez does hurt us when it comes to playing out the back because I don't trust Leno as much with his feet.
Yeah.
But Glenn, I'll leave you with the next thing. What were you thinking?
You threw that question unexpectedly. I can mention like 20 things, but just to pick three, maybe I'd say I was disappointed when we considered a goal against Sheffield United late on.
Okay.
That means our concentration is still bad. Like last season, I saw us losing points from winning positions, I think more than 7 times. Actually, here's a stat. Since Arteta joined Arsenal, like we've lost the most points from winning positions. So that is something I don't want to see anymore. So that is kind of still there because I see us always struggling 2-1s here and there. Another thing I'd say, I was about to say that playing from the back, which Samantha mentioned, it always scares me, man. That moment Leno passes the ball to Shaq or to El Nene in the middle, and then he passes it back to Holding, and 6 players are closing them down. You're like, clear the ball, and they're like passing it back to Leno. That is always so scary. And another thing, I talk about Saka. Saka is definitely a guy that we can depend on. We didn't even know him before the end of the first Emirates season. I think the first time I saw him was on the bench in Baku. So I'm expecting a lot of things from him this season. And maybe any other thing I'd say, not really, but it's still early in the season. It's still like 3-4 games. So I think we still have a lot to learn in the season.
Sure. One thing I would say is, though, playing at the back, as long as Kolasinac doesn't play, I think we're okay, people.
I don't know why he's still in my team. Why is he still here?
You know what I think it is? I think the fact that he's on ridiculous wages for the performances that he's doing, it's hard to get rid of him.
He needs to get gone.
I'll leave you for last. I'll get to Samuel. Samuel, what do you think? 3 things.
Defensively, I think we're better. I mean, there's more confidence in defense that we had in previous seasons. Like they came against Fulham, we kept a clean sheet, and then Sheffield United, where I know we conceded the goal, but our backs were against the wall for the whole game, and we stuck through and pulled through, and we got the win. Also, I think the Liverpool game was just a one-off. I think we're quite unlucky because when Leno saved the ball, it just somehow ended up to Liverpool players when it was just a matter of luck as well. So, and the second thing is really the way we play. Like for 10 years, sometimes we play bad and then we would lose games. But now, if you want to be the best team, all the best teams have to play bad and win. And that's something we used to do back in the day. And the third final thing is really the improvement on players. So Lacazette, you can see, he's got 3 goals and 3 starts. Because Saka's improved a lot since last season. And, Granit Xhaka and our midfield is going to be improved with Thomas Partey. So basically, we missed Steele in the midfield, and hopefully, because the midfield has been the biggest issue since a long time, since Emery was there, because we used to play 3 CDMs during Emery. So now we've got a competent midfield. So I think that's why we're much more improved.
Okay, I like that, Samuel. But I'm still confused. What were your 3 points?
Improvement in midfield, better defensively, and better mental strength.
Okay, thanks. That makes sense now. Try to get straight to the point because I was so confused where you're going with that. But you're my boy. Don't worry. It's cool. Kesh, I know you're always straight to the point. Tell us, what were your 3 things that you learned so far from this season? Because a lot of people would tell you we're overhyping it, this is that. But as Arsenal fans, we see the changes and we see the negatives. So when other people tell us stuff, I don't want to hear it. But when you say something, I actually understand it. So tell me what you're saying.
One thing I'll say is I learned that Arteta will make mistakes. As you see, the likes of when we lined up against Liverpool, he took the most positive thing of our season so far, which was Gabriel, a dominant defender who wants to actually defend, and they took him out and put someone else in. Other thing is this passing out from the back. Like when you pass up from the back, you got to do it with with courage. You got to be willing to get the ball and play it around, zip it around. Not these p-rollers as if you're still playing under 14s football. And I feel like Leno sets the tone with it, but I'm not going to get on Leno because that's just not his strength. And then another thing, when you're passing up from the back, just because you've got your two defenders splitting doesn't mean your centre mid can't come and collect and give an option. Sometimes I feel like a centre mid's so far away from our two defenders, they ain't got an out ball for when the other team's pressing. Other thing is, I do feel that games like this is where you should put a Aubameyang up top for me, because you're not going to, Man City's defenders, they're not going to be physical, like say when you're playing against the Burnleys. That's where I wouldn't want to see Aubameyang playing up front, because he's going to have defenders who's just going to try and man-mark him for like the whole game. But I feel like with City's defence, if you play him up front, you can play in between the full-back and the centre-back. So you got the likes of Mendy and whoever's playing next to him. And you know Mendy tends to switch off. Kyle Walker tends to switch off as well. And I feel like we'll get a lot more out of him in this game.
Okay. Now we're gonna play a similar game. What we're gonna do is we're gonna pick out our weakness for Man City's weakness that we can point out and attack where you guys think our goals are gonna come from. So I'm just gonna show you guys what I think the lineups are gonna be, because I seen WhoScores.com was talking about some weird lineup shapes. They were talking about the fact that Gundogan, Rodri, and Fernandinho midfield for City, and if Kevin De Bruyne doesn't play. So just to show you guys the lineup, this is what they're saying the lineup could be for City. They're saying it could be a back four with Mendy, Laporte, Diaz, and a midfield of Rodri. Basically a midfield five with Foden and Bernardo Silva on both wings, and 3 DMs basically, and Sterling as the striker. We all know Gundogan's not gonna play, and Kevin De Bruyne is gonna come out of nowhere like Superman at the end of the day. That always happens to us. But yeah, and then our lineup. I don't know if you guys agree with this lineup. We're not gonna get into that, but this is what WhoScores is saying. They're saying we're gonna change the formation to a 4 at the back and play a midfield 3 of Pate, Xhaka, and Ceballos. And we're not gonna get into too much of formations yet. But what do you think? If you look at those teams, who's your biggest person that you're going to try to target? Are you going to try to target one of their defenders, or do you think you got to try to figure out a way to beat their midfield? What is the key to beating City, in your opinion? I'm going to start with you, Samantha.
I feel like City's defense is a bit shit at the moment. It's a bit suspect this going on in there. Like Mendy, Laporte, and is it Walker as well? Is he?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, cool. They're decent defenders, decent fullbacks, but I don't think they're up in their strengths at the moment. So I feel like one thing that we need to capitalize on is just making a mockery of their defense. Really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Other teams have been doing that.
Exactly. Leicester with Leeds in the second half when they played, they changed up their tactics, and look what happened. They should have won that game, really. Even Leicester, I just feel like this is what we should be doing and capitalize on, because their defense is just poor.
Yeah, no, they got a lot of injuries. We got a lot of injuries. But one thing about City is that they haven't been performing well recently. If you look at their recent results, and that it makes sense what you say. But Kesh, I can see you're itching to get in. What do you want to say?
I feel like this game, we've got to tell our wingers to cheat. We have to. We've got to be brave. We've got to tell Aubameyang to stay high and catch Walker while he's going up the field. Mm-hmm. Whoever's playing on the right-hand side, you've got to do the exact same. And our midfielders just need to get on the ball. I'm not saying ping it over the top, but play it in between the lines. Play it in front of the striker so they can run in behind. Get City's defense turning. That's what we need to do. Because when you look at the likes of Mendy and everyone, his positional sense is not great.
Exactly.
Obviously, it's contradicting because Bellerin's the same, but we've got to focus on our opposition weakness and not ours.
Yeah. Glenn, what are you saying? Looking at this run that they had, it's not that good for City. They should win every single game, really.
Yeah, I'd say they're fullbacks. Now, Mendy and Walker are terrible. Walker used to be a good player, but right now he's very terrible. I remember that game that decided Liverpool's title last season, that actually gave Liverpool the title, the Chelsea City game last season.
Yeah.
At the end of last season, those guys, like the mistake that Mendy made in that game, and against Leicester the other day, I think he gave out like 2 penalties or something. He's terrible. He's terrible in terms of pace and everything. So that is why I'm actually going to start Pepe in this game, because I feel like he can cause problems to Mendy. We can get a few penalties, a few free kicks. He can make him get a red card or whatever. That's why I need some pace on that wing. And that's why I also want Bellerin to play on that wing, because Mendy struggles for pace and he's quite slow. So if you have Pepe and Bellerin dominating him on that side and also Walk on that side, as Kesh said, Aubameyang staying up front, not coming back. I don't want to see Aubameyang defending against Myers in our box. No, I want to see him up front, one-on-ones when Walker is going up front, play him in behind. Let Luis have those balls. Let Shaka play those balls. So they're fullbacks, definitely, girl. They're fullbacks, terrible, both of them.
If Aubameyang is up front, who's going to be on the left?
No, I don't think they need.
No, I still want Aubameyang on left.
Stay high. So you know when you
right,
go forward, your winger don't come up. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Samuel, listen. Try to keep it short, my friend.
Oof. You know what? I think really Man City's biggest weakness is the attack, because what we did in the FA Cup was make them go wide and force them to cross, and now there's no aerial threat. So if they're going to play Raheem Sterling up front, just always try to force Kevin De Bruyne to go wide and always force crosses the whole game. That's how we won the FA Cup, and we should do that again.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys watched that Portugal game where Jota teared it up, but that Kevin De Bruyne pass was basically made to Jota. And if Kevin De Bruyne does that kind of pass, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if the guy's 5'2". He's gonna tap it in because the man puts it in between the goalkeeper and the player. Always.
You know what we should do? We should have someone man marking him the whole game. That's what we should do. So have like a Xhaka.
You know what I was thinking, ladies and gentlemen? This is what I was thinking. I was thinking that Kevin De Bruyne is the biggest problem, obviously. But if you can find a way, it's obviously everyone knows that. If he plays, you're not going to stop him. What you have to do is you have to make sure the people in front of him don't get runs and don't put you in situations where you're on one-on-ones and they're running at you. So the way you're going to do that is you make sure you always are monitoring your man and not necessarily worry too much about Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne by himself is not going to score the goals and assist to himself. He's not going to score.
No, but the thing is, he can score a banger in him. So from outside the box, we have to
most
be careful.
of the time, what happens with Arsenal is the player who passes the ball is the player who ends up scoring, because we always switch off, and the player who passes the ball, we run to the person who gets the ball close to the box, and the player is always wide open for a back pass. And we cannot do that. Number one thing we have to do is stay on your man and understand, fill your spaces and defend your spaces. Do not get stuck one-on-one duels, because if you do that, Riyad Mahrez is going to pass the ball to Sterling. Sterling's going to pass it back to Riyad Mahrez. It's going to be wide open against Leno, and that happens how many times in a game against us? Every game it happens.
Yeah, we need to stop them from getting into pockets, because Sterling will find a way to get into a pocket. Space is gone, and he's going to score.
You see, I'm not good at vocabulary. That's what she's good at. I don't use the word pocket. I'm like, okay. Anyway, we're gonna move on. Arsenal, who's your X factor? Using my terminology now, who's the main person who you think is gonna change the game? And everyone try to switch it up and pick someone different. I'm gonna go crazy here, and I'm gonna say if Kieran Tierney plays, in my opinion, he brings us so much to that left-handed side. He defensively, he's amazing. Passing ability, when you have Tierney as a left center back, it gives you another outlet. Give him the ball, he can outlet it to Aubameyang, he can outlet it to every single player on that side of the pitch, and that gives us something that we wouldn't have if we didn't have Kieran Tierney in the team. I trust Gabriel, but Kieran Tierney's passing ability and his full around play, and even when he does throw-ins from that left-hand side, he gets it right into the box. We don't have a lot of people that can do that. But yeah, that's just a left field shout. What do you think, Samantha?
I'm always going to shout out my guy, Saka. Always. With him, he is always going to be directly involved in a goal somehow. He's aware of the game. He'll be able to watch and see where players are. And I know for a fact, if he, say for example, like the ball comes like from Leno to say the right side to Bellerin to Saka to Aubameyang, boom, done. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
But I'll be quick and short, easy.
No, I think everyone. You took everyone's guy.
Literally.
But Glenn, without taking Saka and Tierney, who's your guy?
As already mentioned, Pepe because of Mendy, but the other one has to be if Partey starts. Okay, if he doesn't start, of course it's Xhaka, but if one of them starts or both of them, that midfield, Partey or Xhaka. When they played us again last season, when Ljungberg was manager for a short time in December, I think, they dominated us in midfield. De Bruyne, who you've been talking about, ran that show. Like first half and second half, they could have had like 7 goals from De Bruyne just by himself. So
Yeah.
I need someone to stay in midfield. I need someone to stick to that position. I need someone to put some tackles. Don't get yellow cards. You know what? You know why we struggle in these big games every time? United 8-2, we had a red card. Chelsea 6-0, we had a red card. City last season, we had a red card. So I don't want people to get booked early on the likes of Shaq and players like that.
Yeah,
keep the concentration. Yeah, like stay solid in midfield. And City's best position is the midfield. De Bruyne, when they had the Silvers and stuff, so their midfield is the best. So if we cut that out, they can't score goals.
Yeah. No. One thing I will tell you is, if you guys notice, every time we start against City, we lose the game in the first 5 minutes.
The first.
Yeah. And City, if you've watched their last couple of games, they get worse during the games go on. So if we can weather the storm for the first 20 minutes, and as you say, Kesh, get their respect and not play football for the first 20 minutes, that's what we got to do for the first 20 minutes. Just get their respect. And then after that, we can start winning the game and trying to go further. Anyways, I'll go to you, Samuel. What do you think?
Sorry. Can I just add something a bit? When they don't start the game well against us, we always make a mistake and they score right before halftime in the most crucial point of the game. So that's what I don't want us to do this. Go ahead, Sam.
I think it's going to be defense, either Gabriel or I'm going to see a big name here, David Luiz. If an room start, because in the semi-final against Man City, when we beat them in the FA Cup, along with Aubameyang, David Luiz is the best player on the pitch, and I think that was his best game in the Arsenal shirt. So we need more of that. What KJ says, that Arsenal judge, we need that more on display than ever. And listen, I think our whole game plan relies on David Luiz or Gabriel, because we're going to play a back three, and David Luiz is going to be the center of that back three. So you know what? The biggest and most important thing is just defense.
Yeah, true. No, I honestly, we all know David Luiz can be hit or miss. So hopefully he's a hit this time.
If he misses, I'm coming back.
When he misses the whole thing. He goes all the way. Like
in the baby.
You know what it was?
Yeah,
that was a FIFA accomplishment. That was a FIFA accomplishment for people who watch FIFA gaming. That was an accomplishment. Get subbed on, get a red card, and give away a penalty. Oh my god, that was nuts.
He misses more than twice in a game.
Did he give away both goals?
He did. Yeah, he
did.
And also against Liverpool last season, both goals.
Yeah, both goals.
So when he has a terrible game, he has a terrible game.
For me, it's gonna be someone I've been onto him. I said it's time to finish at the club. As Lacazette, like for me, if we do start with 3 in midfield, that's gonna allow Lacazette to stay out of the pitch and not having to come back and drop deep and get involved in the play. And I think he will relish from that, just being a threat throughout the game rather than dropping in and trying to link up play and everything. Yeah, I think Lacazette will get 1, and I think he'll get assist if he stays high.
Yeah. Okay, so everyone, the X factor. We know we're gonna see who their guy is. But if you guys had to put money on it, take away what everybody said right now. You have to put money on it. We all know the biggest X factor none of us mentioned is probably Aubameyang, right? If Aubameyang shows up, we usually win the game. And if Aubameyang doesn't show up, we usually depend on other people to get the goals. So I think
that was the thing that happened against Sheffield United, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And he still won the game, so I think we need more of that this season.
Yeah, we do need more of that.
Aubameyang has 1 goal so far.
Yeah, he's got 1 goal, but he's got 1 goal in it. But he plays well. Thing is, he's getting shots off. He just hasn't scored. He's hitting the target. It will come. You will have that purple patch that will chip into.
True. Okay, this is combined 11 time. Is it even worth it doing combined 11?
Yeah.
Let's be honest, guys. Is it even worth doing a
Yeah,
combined
it is.
11?
Yeah, it is.
How
Yeah,
many,
let's do it.
how
It
many
is this.
players? How many players get into a combined 11 with City and Arsenal? First starting with the goalkeeper.
I'd rather have Leno than Edison because I think Edison's more erratic than Leno.
Nah.
No.
Nah.
No.
Yeah. Take that back.
I'm gonna
Take
back.
that back.
I'm gonna see what Egal says on the. I got to back my players, so I'm gonna
Okay,
have to go with
combined
Leno.
11. Let's be honest. I'm taking Edison.
Edison.
Yeah,
Right.
Okay.
I am too. Edison,
they
more
probably-
comfortable
right?
on the ball.
To be honest, they only get one defender in as well. For me, they only get one defender in.
Okay, so you tell us who right back.
Right back.
Bellerin.
I think we got to start giving now the chance over there, man.
Yeah.
I don't understand why we're persisting with him just being on the left. Why can he not play on his strongest side?
Okay, so you're saying Bellerin gets in.
Yeah, well, obviously the logical thought is going to be Bellerin, so I'll have the Bellerin in there.
Yeah. And then I'll say the other two centre backs is Laporte on the right centre back, and then Gabriel as left centre back.
You know
So
what?
I'll go
I think,
for-
call me crazy. I think David Luiz is like Pep's dream center back. Can't defend, but he can do everything else.
No.
Bro, you guys see that?
Not a chance in hell.
Yo, Pep would
Luiz is not-
dream to have a center back that could pass the way David Luiz does.
Listen, you know what? You know what the thing about us? The thing about Arsenal is David Luiz is our most creative player, so we have to deal with that. See, David Luiz, or I'd just go for it. Gabriel and Laporte. That's how I'd say.
I agree with that.
Okay, Glenn, you've been quiet. Center back situation.
Luis is not a dream kid. He's not a dream. That's a nightmare. Luis is not anyone's dream. That's a nightmare. So if you have, I'd have Ruben Diaz, the new defender, and Gabriel, both the new players, and then Bellerin on the right, as they've said.
No Laporte?
Nope.
No Laporte. Too injury prone. So many mistakes these days.
Okay, so we agree that Gabriel and Laporte? No, Gabriel and Ruben Diaz. Or no, what is consensus?
Yeah.
I'll say Gabriel and Laporte. And
It's going to be Laporte, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's going to be Laporte.
Samantha, you're the last choice. What was yours?
Yeah, I'm going to say Laporte because Louise is too much of a liability. I'm not having it.
Okay. Now, left back, is there a debate? I don't think so. I don't think there's a debate.
KT down.
Anyone who is, if this man is healthy, he's not only the best left back in this game, right? I think he's probably up there. I think he's up there easily top 5 in the league. No question.
Or top 3, I think top 3 in the league. Robertson, Tierney, and the third one for debate.
Had enough of Robertson. Whatever.
Now midfield. Can I say one thing? Midfield, Kevin De Bruyne. No question about it. Everyone already knows.
Yeah.
Second best midfielder from between both teams is this guy right here. In my opinion, I don't know about you guys.
No Thomas, no Partey.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
For me, it's Fernandinho, Partey, and De Bruyne.
Yeah.
And Partey is a level above all our midfielders. If you guys have seen this image, he destroys everybody in every single category. It's not even a competition. You look at goals. He has more goals than all our midfield players last year in the league. Every single category. And the one that surprises me the most, that surprises a lot of people, his dribbling. He's so much better at dribbling than a lot of these guys. Yeah. People underestimate his dribbling ability.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, moving past Thomas Partey. Is there a shout for any other midfielder from Arsenal to get into his team? No.
Oof. You could say Granit Xhaka is in for a shout. Xhaka has improved a lot since Mikate has come in, and since the time
Thank you for agreeing, Tabio.
It's just you just wouldn't know, because first of all, Fernandinho is going to give Partey the opportunity not to focus too defensively. Yeah, so he can do his box-to-box role, get out there, support De Bruyne. You have Xhaka in there now. Partey's going to have to come back a lot more. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I was just
this
putting a
is-
name in there just for a shout.
Okay, so far we have Tierney in, we have Gabriel in. We even tried to squeeze Bellerin in there, so that's 3, plus Pate, so that's 4. You're telling me we already have 4 Arsenal players in the city, combined 11.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now up front. Honestly, I'm just gonna keep it simple, and I'm just gonna go Raheem Sterling. I'm gonna go Aubameyang, and I'm gonna go.
Morris, it's got to be Morris.
Yeah.
Mars.
Yeah. You can't
Can't go
squeeze
for
like
that.
if Aguero's healthy, I'll squeeze
Yeah,
Aguero. in.
Aguero will definitely be.
Yeah, of course. That was going to be the first anyway, but
Yeah, but no. I pick Aubameyang over Aguero. Let's be honest. Today, let's be honest. Don't go over history. Right now, today, a man who cannot stay healthy over a man who's been healthy, knock on wood, and has shown that he can score 20 goals in a shit team like Arsenal.
No, but the thing is, the reason why I wouldn't put Aubameyang as striker is because Aguero's all-round game is going to be better up there. That's the only reason why I wouldn't put him up there. So for me, it would have been Aguero through the middle, Aubameyang on the left, and Sterling right.
Okay, but is everyone against me right now when I say Aguero over Aubameyang over Aguero right now?
Yeah.
If you're City, you would rather have Aubameyang than Aguero. Let's be honest.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, right now, of course,
Right now, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right
Longevity is a
now.
different story.
Aguero's nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
injured.
He's injured anyways. Okay, so somehow we squeezed in 5 players into this
Sorry,
Arsenal
Egal.
final 11.
Honestly, about Aguero, the thing with Aguero, if he was not consistently injured, I think you'd have gotten to Shearer's goal record by now. That's how good he was. So if it's overall, he's a better striker than Aubameyang in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Yo, there's people trying to compare him to Henry nowadays. They need to behave.
Aguero to Henry.
Yeah.
It's all the deluded Chelsea fans. All the deluded Chelsea fans. You'll have to make up Drogba and Henry comparisons, yeah. When Emma Heskey has more Premier League goals than the day of Drogba, so they have to stay in their lane.
Don't kill me, Mr. Heskey.
No, I swear Yakubu's got as much goal as about.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, you guys
and
realize
Yakubu wants to come and went to the corner flag. So
Aubameyang needs 59 goals to 59 goals to be third all time. That's how much he's been balling.
Yeah, you'll get there easily.
He'll get there, yeah.
For us at Arsenal. I'm not saying third all time in the Premier League, obviously.
What has he got? What, 3-year contract, right?
3-year contract. He's on 70 something goals. He needs to get to 132 to pass Van Persie.
Yeah, we'll pass that clown.
Van Snakey.
He has to pass that. If he wants to be the damn Arsenal legend that he wants to be, he better pass it.
Yeah.
I don't want to see any RVP anymore. I'm done. Had enough.
You know what? There's no love lost between Arsenal fans and RVP, but he's been trying his best to torture us lately. You notice that?
Yes, ever since he went on BT Sport, he was just sucking off Arsenal.
Once you've ruined that, you've ruined your legacy at the club. There's no going back. Kashoni as well coming out the other day apologizing, saying he didn't mean it like that. Well, obviously now I see what I've done. Bro, forget about it. Forget about it.
You don't care. Go.
Yeah, get out of here.
Let me ask you guys a question. If Lacazette got to that 132 goals before Aubameyang, is he a better legend than Aubameyang?
No.
It's never gonna happen.
The man could be Glenn. Let's be honest. The man had his most goals was like 15.
How many goals did he end on last season?
Aubameyang came in at January, almost outscored him.
There's no way. Unless
Martinelli had 10 goals. Yeah. And he was injured. Come on.
Unless
Martinelli, baby. I don't get gassed about guys who go to the gym, but the man came back. His side.
He's eating the weights in the gym. He's eating it all, mate. Eating it up.
His arm was the same size as Pablo Mari in the video when he was saying hi to Pate. I was shocked. But yeah, I don't want to get no more content claims. I would show the video. But anyways, moving on, guys. Our starting 11s. What is our starting 11s? So we're trying to come to a consensus, okay? Everyone, first formation. There's 5 of us here. Majority wins. 3 out of 3-2 win. So I'm gonna go first. I think we're gonna keep it the same, and we're gonna go 4-3-3. I mean 3-4-3. Sorry, 3-4-3. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
I
agree.
agree with you,
3-4-3?
because listen, it's against the big games that we have to play counter-attack in football, and 3-4-3 is the way we can counter-attack. So same as the FA Cup at semi-final and final, I think we're going to play a back three.
You know what?
Glenn?
Yeah, it's a bit
Yeah.
of a weird. It's a bit of a weird one because I do feel he's prepared to throw Partey in a free, but because obviously we played Sheffield and we changed to a back four, and I felt that was in preparation. But I just feel the City game may have come around a bit too soon to do that, and obviously you don't want to just switch something up that's been working great for you against the bigger teams.
Okay. So
I'd
Glenn,
go for.
do you have anything
I'd
to say
agree
about
with
the
you.
formation?
Yeah, I'd agree with you. It has worked for us 3 times against Liverpool in the last few months, and also against City and Chelsea, 5 big teams. So keep it as a back three. They understand it better as of now. So we turn to a back four later on in the season, of course, but for now, back three.
I agree.
Okay. So Samantha, I'm gonna give you the first one, the easiest one of all. Is this not the easiest choice?
Give it to Leno.
Come on, run us on,
Easy
Samantha.
choice,
Be
right?
go outside the box. Run us on.
It goes Icelandic. We got the Viking and Runason.
Okay. Okay. And then the next one, just for laughs, Samantha, who's gonna be the middle of your center backs? Your 3.
Oh, whatever, man. I don't want him there. But anyway, it's got to be Louise.
Who's
isn't
it?
It's got to be Louise.
Yeah. I just okay. Tell us what could you see from him?
Okay,
You could
you
see
know
the
what?
hot and the cold. What is a good scenario?
You know what? One thing I don't want is a disaster class from him. That's what I don't want. Like, I don't want any of his passes to be wrong. I want them to all be accurate. I want them all to come with confidence and vim. I don't want any short passes and then all of a sudden the ball gets taken. That I don't want it. I don't want it. I just want him to just focus. That's all I want him to do. I don't want any higgy hagger on the pitch.
All I'm getting from this is that you don't want anything to do with David Luiz. Let's be honest.
I said this last season, yeah, and then all of a sudden, a new contract signed. So I was like, okay, cool.
Listen, it's what we've got, so we have to deal with it for now.
Exactly, it's what we've got.
Yeah.
I got to deal with it. You know, when he plays well, he plays well. You know, it is what it is.
Okay, so I'm gonna give Glenn this right-hand side. Who's gonna be your right-handed side of the center backs, and who's gonna be your right wing back?
Right wing back, Bellerin, 100%. Again, just as Sama said, it's just because we don't have anyone else in that centre back position, so Holding has to play.
Oh, why is he still here? Anyway,
Okay, Samantha, you have to add why is Holding still here? Did I hear that?
I didn't say anything.
No. Can I say one thing to defend Holding? The man has until our last game, he played every single game, right? He played up until the Liverpool game. He played every single game. He played 90 minutes every single game. And you know what? He's been okay. You can't say he's been as bad as he was during even preseason. He was terrible at certain games. And last year against Brentford in the preseason game that we faced them before lockdown, he was terrible. But you know what? He's had some decent performances. And what am I going to do? Am I going to put Saliba in there? Saliba hasn't played a game yet.
No, he hasn't played. Of course, like I wouldn't put Saliba. Like obviously, he hasn't even played a single Prem game, so I wouldn't put him in there. But obviously, Holding has done what he's had to do, and fair game to him. Like I'll give him that. But I still don't like him. But anyway, we move.
Anyways, Samuel, I'm going to give you the left-sided center back and the left-sided wing back. Who you put in there and there?
Well, it all depends on Chiarantini playing. So I think Chiarantini's not going to play because he's not allowed. So left centre back Gabriel.
Okay.
That's left centre back, and then left wing back will be Ainsley Maitland-Niles because I think defensively he's one of our best. So and he's got the pace as well that they can break on. So Ainsley Maitland-Niles is a must.
Yeah, and the second best English right back right now. That's Young. You guys keep talking about Reece Nelson and all these guys. It's Trent and then.
Nobody's
Ainsley
talking
and
about Reece Nelson. Who's talking about Reece Nelson?
Reece
No,
James,
no. I mean
Reece James.
Reece James. These guys
Oh,
keep talking about Reece James, and they. Yeah, Samantha, you're on my throat today. What's going on? What are you doing? Oh, okay, no. These guys keep talking about Reece James and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Manchester United fans realize that Aaron Wan-Bissaka is trash when it comes to offense.
Sorry. Wan-Bissaka should not be in the conversation, period. He should not be in the conversation. Leave him.
Now he's going to be forced to play for Congo now, isn't he?
Yo, I can't find.
He's like what, the
Ainsley's
seventh option for England. Go play for
Behind
Congo.
Trippier, Walker, Maitland-Niles, and James. Yeah, he's like fifth or sixth.
Mate, even Saka should have gone and played for Nigeria. But anyway,
Yo, I can't even find this man's name. Where is he?
Number 15.
Put Kolasinac. Put Kolasinac.
no.
Wait,
You
Maitland-Niles
can't
is not on
find
there.
it.
Yo, Maitland Niles not on here. What the hell's going on?
Go look down, go down to the bottom. I'll see. Elneny, Pepe,
You're literally
Mari.
being forced.
It's just put a blank shirt there and then type in type in Niles. That blank
Yeah,
shirt.
we'll just leave it blank. Okay, yo, I left the midfield for Kesh because I know Kesh has his. If he has his way with the midfield, man like Thomas Partey is not getting in. Let's be honest, Kesh. What's your midfield?
It's a difficult one. It's a deflating one because I feel like this is a game that you should put Partey in because when you play a two in the field in this formation, you've got to cover a lot of ground, and maybe it would be best to put him in. But I don't feel Arteta's just going to chuck him in just like that. So I feel you got to put the Xhaka in there and Ceballos to help us recycle the ball and keep possession ticking.
Okay, so unfortunately, I couldn't find Ainsley now, so I put Saka in there. Anyone have a debate with Saka or Ainsley?
You know what?
Do you think
If you want to
Saka-
play defensive,
Is there a shout for Saka?
you know, in the second half, if we're chasing the game, then I think we're going to change Ainsley for Saka. But if we want to go attack, then I think Saka's the one.
Yeah, but I feel like we should come for an attack though.
Yeah, we should go for it. I would personally put Saka in there.
I would have put Saka in instead of Ainsley.
Okay.
If Saka starts, listen, I'm gonna say it from now. Saka starts, Walker's gonna foul and give a penalty. Remember I said it.
Okay. Question: is it Xhaka who's getting dropped if Partey plays, or is it Ceballos?
You know what? I think he's going to play with Partey and Xhaka. That's what I just feel like.
I think that's what he's gonna do.
Yeah, so Xhaka, Ceballos.
Okay, so what is everyone say your two midfielders. For me, it's Xhaka is out and it's Ceballos and Partey.
Not gonna happen.
Nah.
Okay,
I
so
think it's going to
everyone-
be Partey and Xhaka in midfield. That's what I believe.
Glenn, what are you saying?
Yeah, Partey and Xhaka, you need solidity in that middle pack against our City. So both
Yo,
of
the
them.
way you said
Ceballos
solidity.
provides some sort of creativity and is actually the one that comes back into the box. What's going on, guys? Why do you want that? Like,
Yeah, I'm
not-
with you, Samantha. So it's
it's not-
2 against 3 right now.
It's not that we want Xhaka, it's just I'm using my common sense and going with what I'm
Yeah.
Arteta is gonna do. Because personally for me, I'm gonna go with a 4-3-3. You know what I mean? It's
Bro.
gonna be Xhaka, Partey and Ceballos. But it's not my choice. So I'm just using my common sense and just gonna go with the more obvious choice. that I
Bro,
feel
the
like
way
we
you
go
said
with.
common sense, that shots fired, eh? I'm joking. But yeah, I left that front three for everybody. Because I think midfield and front three is the two places we're going to debate the most, right? So I'm going to go first. We got overruled, Samantha. Ceballos not getting in this team. It's Xhaka and Partey. So now we gotta go with our guys. So Saka, since Saka's already in the team, Kesh, you can't pick him for the front three. So I'm going Pepe, Lacazette, and Aubameyang.
Yep.
That's my front three. And then Aubameyang's gonna be on the left, Pepe on the right, Lacazette up front. What are you guys saying?
I'm not in disagreement to that. I'm not disagreeing.
Yeah, I think I can totally see him that because the same way as the FA Cup. So we're going to go in the same game plan. Maybe you might bring on Willian for Pepe. It's a really hard choice, but after the Sheffield United game where Pepe came on and we were all looking bad with Willian, and Pepe came on in 5 minutes, we're 2-0 up.
One thing
I
I will
see
say though, Willian always turns up against City.
And Tottenham as well.
City, like, He loves playing
That's
against
what I
that
was
defense.
thinking. Yeah, I was thinking Willian will probably end up starting first because Pepe hasn't started a game.
But it would be harsh not to start him after that last game. Like,
True.
You've got to reward him. Like when Pepe is starting to get confidence, and we always seem to end up dropping him. So he's right back to square one.
Yeah, because Pepe 1v1, yeah, he'll have people.
Oh, you know, put on Pepe because I want him to see him against Benjamin Mendy.
When you see with Mendy, oh my days, gonna leave Mendy on the floor.
I feel like you know what Pepe needs. Pepe needs a big performance against one of the big teams. I think that's where you can see him kick on. Because if you perform against one of the big teams, then you start getting belief in it. Like, I can do it against the best.
That's why United didn't count, right?
Can't remember.
No, it does count. It does count. Actually, no. Oh, big teams. Yeah, United does not. They're a little crappy small team, so that doesn't really count.
All right. So yeah, I left this. This is now. It's the time. It's that moment, right, where everyone's got to now put their neck on the line. Tell us how we're gonna either win or lose or draw or what you guys think, right? So I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna get before we get there. I want to paint the picture. Okay, we haven't beat them at the Etihad for a long time. Can you guys name the people who used to play for City that are still in the team from when we last played them in 2015 when we beat them away from home?
Yes, Fernandinho, that's it. Fernandinho and Aguero are the only ones in the squad.
Yeah.
Fernandinho and
Sterling,
Aguero.
Maybe?
No, Sterling wasn't there. Sterling was at Liverpool.
Sterling wasn't there in 2015.
Yeah.
Arsenal. What about the Arsenal team? There's a couple players who are still in the Arsenal team that were in that match day squad.
Arteta was playing for Arsenal.
Yeah.
I was going to say Arteta was there, no?
Was there.
Bellerin.
Yeah. He was
Bellerin,
he was next to Cazorla in that game, I swear.
He was also.
Oh, Cazorla.
He was.
What about does Mertesacker count as still being at the club?
No, he doesn't really play anymore, does he?
No. If you're gonna count Arteta, you know what I mean? Okay. Anyways, I'm clutching at straws. There's a center back that was still in our team from back then. That's still in the squad.
Oh, Mister?
No, 2015. Wait.
Centre back.
Chambers.
Yes. Chambers was on the bench that game.
Callum. Forget about him.
Callum Chambers was on the bench. So to let you guys know, Callum Chambers was in the team, and there's still a certain midfielder who is currently an outcast, who was on the bench that game actually.
Ozil.
I remember that game.
We started that game with Giroud. Alexis Sanchez, Aaron Ramsey, Santi Cazorla, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Frank Coquelin, Monreal, what's his name? Koscielny, Hector Bellerin, David Ospina, and did I forget Per Mertesacker? These guys had Zabaleta, Joe Hart, what do you call it? Some random guys that I forget how to say his name. Martin
Mangala.
Martin.
Fernando.
Demichelis.
Yeah, there we go. They had James Milner, Kalichi, David Silva, Fernandinho, Jesus Navas, midfielder.
Remember.
And then the only guy they have on their bench that is still currently relevant as a joke, Frank Lampard.
No.
They had Frank Lampard.
I actually forget Lampard played for City.
Yeah.
I completely forget that era.
Wait, did it was Vieira's goal play for them?
Yeah.
I always forget that.
Yeah.
Vieira
was this the last time when Giroud did that sliding celebration?
So did the Torre.
Yeah.
Torre's older brother. I mean, what's his face?
Colo.
Yeah. Now it's that time. Now it's that time. Predictions.
Who was their keeper? Joe Hart.
Yeah.
Joe Hart. Yeah.
Now he's at Spurs.
Yo, why does that not get spoken about more? It's the biggest joke. Anyways, forget about them. They're irrelevant. That's why. I forget sometimes. But yeah. Why do I have music on? It's predictions time. That's why. Let's get it going, people. What are you guys saying? Glenn, predictions. What is your prediction for this game? Before we get started, I'll let you know the bookies are picking Arsenal to lose 2-1.
Yeah, just even before I get to the prediction, some of those names you mentioned, Ospina, Mertesacker, if you don't laugh, you're going to cry. Such names just gives you nightmares. For the prediction, you had asked what we need to do to get the win. So number one, I know there's someone in the comments who wants to hear this. So you have to play Ozil. Nah, no, not a chance, not a chance. So I'd say number one, you have to take your chances. You did see Lacazette against Liverpool missing some good chances. So that's number one. You need to take your chances. Any chance that comes, you need to get it in the goal. 1-0, 2-0, whatever. And number two, you need to be solid in the midfield. Take care of De Bruyne and take care of Foden, take care of Mahrez, need to be solid in the midfield. And number three, of course, defend well. If you don't need to pass from the back, just hoof it up. You don't have to play from the back every single time. Just throw the ball to Aubameyang, because
just dash it.
Yeah. So those are the three things. Prediction: I still don't think we're going to get a win away to a top 6 club. It's been more than 40 games since we did that. So 2-2.
Okay, you give us a draw.
Yeah.
Now, Samuel, what are you saying?
I think Arsenal are going to win. I think we're going to catch seat on the counter the way we did against Leicester did. Ooh, 3-1 Arsenal. Aubameyang and a Pepe brace. With Partey getting an assist. That's what I'm going for.
I love that. The people in the comment section are giving us their predictions now too. Before I get to you, Kesh, I'm going to give my prediction. I personally think this game is going to be one of those games where we are going to gain a lot of people's respect, and they're going to see that defensively City will not be able to break us down that easily, and we'll find a way to get a clean sheet. And I'll leave the second part of my prediction after. Samantha, what are you saying?
I wish that this game would be the one that we'd get respect, but I don't think we'll get respect until we beat the other top 6 teams. So I think that we could win. I think we will win 2-1. Saka goal incoming. Just saying.
You know, I can see that though.
2-1.
I can see it.
Yeah.
2-1. No, 2-1 is a safe score to pick. Kesh, what do you
It's a
say?
safe score, but I think it's a realistic score. Because I don't want any more FIFA type goals anymore. Like, I haven't got time.
Yeah, we don't want Jose Mourinho saying this is hockey again. Like,
honestly, I don't.
Yeah. But what happened last week was funny though. 7-2, 6-1, that was funny.
That was funny. And
have you realized no one talks about United's 6-1 loss anymore?
No, because they got bigger problems. They got the fridge going out and doing stupid stuff against every team. Denmark, like, did you guys see that? I think it was you, Samantha. You're like, what did I miss? Everyone was going crazy.
I saw that.
I saw the TL go crazy about Maguire getting a red, and I was thinking, what did this guy do now?
Nah, bro. Twitter. There's certain days
they went
you just gotta log off Twitter. Like when I seen the Cardi B stuff, I just deleted Twitter for a day. Like,
that's Neeks though. Neeks doesn't have a functioning mind.
What? Where is this coming from?
It's all jokes. No,
attack. I'm like, it came from left field. Usually it builds up. But yeah, Kesh, what are you saying?
Yesterday I said 2-2, but that was just going from what I feel the lineup is going to be, that Arteta is going to put out. But you know what? I'm going to put my head on the line. I'm going to go for Arsenal 3-1.
Woo! That is more positive than I am, I think.
Who's scoring those goals?
I'm going for a Pepe brace. I don't know who's going to score the next.
Yo, I love the confidence we have in Pepe. You're the same guy, Kesh, that when he does bad, of course you're going to get at him. But when you want to back him...
You know why I'm saying this, though? Because I feel if you isolate the City fullback, it's not just one of them that's poor, it's both of them that's poor. So I feel like we've got to isolate them 1v1. And if we manage to do that, I think we're just going to benefit from it so much. And like in terms of what Glenn said about not passing it around at the back and just getting ourselves in trouble. Listen, if you got to send it down line, you send it down line, because half of the time you're going to see Walker turning off and Mendy turning off, and that's where you get your rewards from. So yeah, let's go.
Okay. Actually, guess what? WhoScores.com actually changed their scores. I just seen it right now. I'm actually quite surprised. Guess who's the favorites now?
Arsenal.
Arsenal are the favorites. Arsenal are the favorites on WhoScored. They're saying Manchester City have made what? haven't started very well. Basically, they're talking about the first 3 games, and they're saying Arsenal appear to be making strides under Mikel Arteta, Pep Guardiola's former assistant, and they're talking about how our first 4 games and getting Thomas Partey, this is that. In addition to the FA Cup win against City, they're predicting us to win 2-1 against Manchester City. And you know what? I'm going to go further than that. I'm going to say not only are we going to win, we're going to get a clean sheet away from home against a top 6 team.
A clean sheet. So relax.
No, I don't believe it. I don't
early. It's Christmas come early, and I think this is what's going to happen. Let me paint a picture for you. We're going to get a goal after 30 minutes off a Manchester City mistake. We're going to get a goal after 30 minutes, right? Manchester City are going to open up, and we're going to get to halftime tied. Second half, we're going to get an early goal because they're going to switch on and they're going to go crazy trying to attack. We're going to switch on. We're going to get a second goal, and what's going to happen is we're just going to shut up shop, and we're not going to let them get a goal. After we get the second goal, we're just going to go full park the bus. And I don't mind, because at the end of the day, none of us here care if we park the bus as long as we win, right?
True. Listen, Arsenal fans are fed up. We're fed up of losing, so we'll win at any cost now.
The first 20
That's
minutes
so true.
is going to be key. The first 20 minutes of that game is going to be key. We must not concede early. If we do concede early, that's where I think it will go wrong for us.
Yeah.
City's just going to start zipping it around. Then we're going to get frustrated, and then someone's going to switch off, and then that's where we're going to get killed. So we just make sure we get through the first 20 minutes of this game.
Yeah.
We need to attack from the
Like
jump.
all of you have gone for a win, apart from me, okay? Like I've seen it so many times. Like we've gone to United when they had Rashford, who was like 16 years old, and they had so many useless midfielders, and we still lost. So I've seen us do that so many times. But I'll make a prediction: Samantha Lewis will score a goal to make it 2-1, and then on the other side, he will give a penalty, and it's going to cost us a goal 2-2.
Okay.
That's how it's
That
going
right there, I think that is more likely to happen than for us to win 4-0. Definitely.
We're going to say 4-0. Like,
No. I never said
Oh. Oh,
4-0. I said 2-0. I said 2-0.
okay.
No. I said 2-0. I'm not that crazy. I'm crazy, but I'm not that crazy. Okay, so on a real note, we're going to leave it there. Big up to everyone coming on. Samantha, thanks for coming on. Always appreciate it. Glenn, thanks for coming on. Big up to you, bro. Samuel, you already know. Kesh, what's up, bro? You already know. Always here. You're in the first seat today. You guys know why? He has access to the account. I don't know when I gave it to him, but I remember I gave it to him. Anyways, you guys know what it is. This has been the Arsenal preview to the Manchester City game. And if you guys haven't seen, we've done a podcast yesterday. It was that Arsenal Inside Out podcast. And big up to everyone in the Arsenal Inside Out group. Everyone, go tell them where they can find you guys. Kesh, I'll start with you. Tell the people where they can catch you.
You can find me on Twitter. That's at KFC04.
There you go. And yo, who's on the back of that shirt?
Oh,
Is it Sanchez?
nah, man, it's blank. No, I don't put players' name on my thing.
Okay, good.
My art takes, man. My art takes. Players just get up and leave. Not a chance.
True. Samuel, what about yourself? Tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter, Samuel AFC. You know the rest.
There you go. Glenn, tell the people where they can find you. Twitter, social media, YouTube.
If we lose the game, if Luis concedes like 3 penalties, you can find me at my local psychiatrist having some mental issues. You can also find me on Twitter and on YouTube, Glenn Kitely. Everything Arsenal.
Oh my God, bro, that should be your new intro.
Wow.
Clip that up.
Okay,
Clip that up.
Samantha, you got a tough one to follow. Where can you get you at?
And nice meeting you guys, man. Cash, Samantha, Sam.
Yeah, Samantha, where can people find you at? You got a tough one to follow.
You can find me on my Twitter at, I think it's there or there. There it is. There, yeah. And also, don't forget to subscribe to Gold Diggers UK as well. Check out our podcast with other girls. All girls that all support the big 6 teams, debating, fighting, arguing. Yeah.
Make sure you hold it up for Arsenal, you know. Hold it down for us in there.
I've been holding it.
It's
Samantha
is Famey a Chelsea fan? Actually a Chelsea fan.
Listen, she's a deluded Chelsea fan. I don't know what her problem is.
Yeah. I don't know, bro. I'll tell you this, Samuel. You can't. Everyone can be targeted as deluded for saying one crazy thing. You know what? I say a lot of crazy things, but I don't think I'm deluded. Anyways.
No, but you haven't said stuff that she said, like Gerrard's better than Lampard. As a Chelsea fan,
I'm surprised. Why you keep talking about Chelsea? You got an obsession with them today.
they talk a little too much here. They live in my head.
I think you're scarred. It's okay. It's like David. He's scarred by Arsenal. He talks about Arsenal 24/7.
He came on last night. Literally just was talking about Arsenal. Scarred.
Yo, Samantha, post game, you got to come on.
Yeah. I'll
You hold it down because there's too many other fans. It's ridiculous sometimes. It gets crazy. But yeah, before we end it off, I want everyone to go subscribe, go check out the content. And you already know we're out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Peace out, everybody. And we're out of here. Peace.
Peace.